be close to 1 crore, but 88 to 90 lakhs is the range that we have defined, because afterwards the product would be required in a rolling. In the first 2 years, the average revenue is 1.4 crores, and this is a very, very conservative figures which we have taken. By our experience, let me tell you that at an average, since it's a pick and mix by weight brand, we know that an average in the other countries we are doing close to 220 to 230 kilos as an average sale. But for the sake of being not very optimistic, we have kept at 190 kgs per kilo. So the average revenue per annum is going to be 1.4 crores, and the EBITDA is going to be between 53 to 55 lakhs. For the 25 unit franchise, that is the 5-star franchises areas, we look at a rollout plan of 2.5 years. Fit out period for one kiosk is going to be 15 days from the time we sign up the location, which obviously we will be doing jointly. We have all the shop drawings ready for the various kinds of kiosks. We have the manufacturer for the boxes, the containers which go on the kiosk already identified and prepared for us. So within 55 days, we should be able to have a proper fit out in the mall that we select, or the location that we select. So by this, a payback period is going to be 27 months against the agreement of 10 years. So, after 2.5 years max, 8.5 years is your high side. Now, I will take you to, as I was saying, that the rollout plan has been divided within the territories, and they have been rated. So like Delhi NCR is rated into a 5-star category, and you're required to have 25 kiosks over a period of 2.5 years, which is the rollout plan in here, that you have to open 2 kiosks of your own. After the first kiosk, you start sub-franchising. The franchise fees that you pay to us is 50 lakhs, but the sub-franchise fees which you earn by sub-franchising 23 kiosks is 85 lakhs. So if you roll out in speed in a very consistent manner, then in 2.5 years you've recuperated your 50 lakhs franchise that you have given, plus you are already earning on the supply chain margin of 15% by supplying to your kiosk. So viewers, this is what the area or the cluster rollout plan is. For Delhi NCR and Mumbai as a region, we expect 25 kiosks, and this is expectation of rollout plan, and the number of units is based on the study of what the India market mall size and the footfalls is, and also the current operators in the similar category, the number of kiosks they have. So yes, there is tier 1, that is Mumbai, Delhi, NCR, Gujarat, Rajasthan. Eastern part, that is Kolkata and Northeast, is in 20 outlets. Rest of Maharashtra and Goa would have 20 outlets. Similarly, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, rest of Karnataka, Then when we come down to tier 2 and tier 3 cities of rest of Uttar Pradesh, Chandigarh, Madhya Pradesh, we expect 15 to 10 kiosks. And we have done a very detailed plan, rollout city-wise, which at this point I will not take you through, because we have done which city can take how many kiosks. So it's a very detailed working which has gone into arriving at this particular snapshot. So just to sum it up, you take one area, you speedily roll it out. Within the 2 years of what fees that you have given, you recover back, plus the higher margins that you earn on the supply chain margin. So that's it from my side. It's a deal which is available for this particular quarter. Okay, that is July, August, September. That we have sweetened the deal to an extent that it's a very fast payback, and there is not much requirement other than having a good customer service and a good location. No prior deep F&B experience required, because you get all the products from the EU manufactured factories. That's it from my side, Sandeep. Any questions? We are ready to take it on.
Okay, so there are a few questions which I've received, which I'm gonna ask. Feel free to answer both Miss Lisa or Mr. Anupam. So, first of all, do you have any outlets in India as of now?
Not currently. We have done a trial in South India, which was doing really well. So that's where the feedback came from regarding the vegan and vegetarian products. So we did a trial down there. We had about 6 stores for 6 months. So that's the trial that we have done. And so that's why the figures that we have now presented through Anupam are accurate because we already been in the market.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Do you have any plan of opening any company-owned company operated outlet in India?
As a company outlets from
Yes.
the
So, do
portfolio.
you have the plan of opening any company-owned company operated outlet in India?
Not at current, no.
Okay. So, since there is no company-owned company outlet in India, and it is a product-based thing. So, the next question would be, how do you plan to take care of your distribution system across pan India?
But distribution, the area developer will be the importer to support his sub-franchisees. So the area developer would need to have an FSI and a warehouse and logistics. So that is on the responsibility of the AD.
Okay. So when it is about opening a particular franchisee outlet or opening an AD, so what kind of inventory they need to take in to start the business with?
Well, ideally, a 20 feet container of products is the minimum, as the shipping cost will increase quite a lot if you have smaller shipments than that, if you don't utilize your full volume of container. So just to give you an idea, in a 20 feet container, about 8 tons of product will be fitted in that.
Okay.
You
So
will need.
and what's the is there the expiry or what's the expiry on those products?
Well, the products they have ranging from 12 to 24 months shelf life. And we guarantee that you have a minimum of 50% of the shelf life when it arrives, because obviously it's a consolidated container. So it will be products from different manufacturers, so that they would have been produced in a different dates. So that is what we guarantee. And it needs to be shipped in reefer containers and also stored in a warehouse which is chilled, so from 18 to 22 degrees. And the same thing when being delivered to the outlets, it also needs to be a temperature control van or truck.
Okay, so when a AD would take in the products worth rupees 8 ton worth products, so his what would be his gross margin on the same, and whether he would need to bear the transportation cost as well.
Transportation cost, yes, he will have to bear. So this is what we have already included in our calculation. So this has all been taken into consideration when we are presenting the return on investment of the AD. So that's all been taken into consideration with those overheads.
Okay. The next part would be that what would be the gross margin on the products?
46% as I have shared.
46% gross margin. Okay.
For the kiosk.
Okay. And the next part would be when a franchisee, say for an example, somebody wants to open a franchisee outlet without taking an AD. Is there a possibility?
That would be a sub-franchisee license. That's a single unit. Yes, so that will come under the AD, not directly from us. So the AD needs to support a single unit. So the AD will take the license for argument's sake, 20 units. He will then be able to sub-franchise those units. So a single unit will always be managed by the area developer, not from the head office directly.
So, do we have any product specification or product price ready? Probably a menu for India.
Yes, we do have that. I can share that with you later on. The
Okay.
products.
If it going by that, since the product specification and pricing is already ready, what do you expect would be the average ticket size from a customer once he visits an outlet?
Usually, customers they buy around 200 between 200 and 300 grams. So that will be about 5,000 rupees, right, Anupam?
500 because 230 per
Mm.
100 grams, so approx 500 rupees. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
So now once an AD will take up multiple stores, what would be the brand support in selecting the location? First of all, will there be any support in selecting the location? Second of all, will there be any data support in providing the fact that how much he is gonna make from that store?
So what we do is, as a support, we do location scouting to help them then select the right location with the right design of the kiosk. Then we take into consideration the footfall of the mall and also to see what the anchor stores are around. So based on that, we estimate a turnover for that particular location.
Okay, so the next part would be that how much a particular kiosk or a AD needs to make in the first year probably or in the first 6 months to get to the right direction. That there has to be some target for month wise, right, to achieve the desired ROI.
Correct, correct. Do you want to share the turnover, Anupam?
Yes, I can. But Sandeep, do we get to the detailed financials at this stage, or this should be individual one-to-one basis? I will share a screen just to show the preparation of how we have done it. So this was just a snapshot. Now this snapshot is based on a very can you see the details of year one and year two? So the year one rollout plan is that one you roll out yourself and then 9 are sub-franchised. So investment in your own kiosk and the master fees that you give, then the net revenue that comes from, from your direct kiosk and the 15% gross margin, as we said, and through the sub-franchising fees. So these are the four, and then the wholesale margin for sub-franchising. So this is what he generates as the revenue, okay, which is 8,653,000, which is 86 lakhs. Sorry, sometimes between lakhs and millions we get confused. Okay, so we have done a detailed working for the P&L, taken all the costs into consideration. Uh, we will sit with the right AD partner to go through this line by line. Uh, as Ms. Lisa said, we have already had the experience of managing 6 kiosks. So this data is very close to the realistic data and our our experience in the past. Of course, with the Franchise India's current knowledge, we have crafted this particular financial model. So out of this, when we do it, when we come back to 27 months as the payback period. Now, this 25 unit has come from a single unit. How will a single unit operate? How much is the investment? What is the questions that you were asking? And for a single unit also, a very detailed unit-wise P&L as to how many number of kgs. As I said, 190 kgs, we have taken very conservative, per month expected sales per month, where we know 220 to 230 kgs is the average sale which our other units are doing. But new location, new country, it might boom in right on day one, and it might take a little time to pick up the sales. So we have taken 190 as a very conservative figure. What's the annual sale gross percent margin? So very, very detailed working on the OpEx, on the rental, on the CAM, on the incentive to the staff has been done to arrive at the operating margins per kiosk, Sandeep. And we will take this up with very serious partners, those who sign up with us. sit with them and take them line by line in there.
So, while have the last query as what would be the brand support in terms of marketing to the AD or the franchisee owners?
So we will support with the marketing for the social media. That's something that we do from our side. So that is handled by the corporate office here. Obviously, all the ADs will have an input, because also there's local holidays and other promotions that they would like to carry out. So that obviously we will take on board as well, but we will handle it from here. In terms of other media marketing, this is something that we usually don't do because it's an impulse product. So as long as we have the right locations within the malls, this is how we sort of generate more turnover.
Before we end this webinar,
To
I'll
add-
have a last query.
To add one more point on the marketing, Sandeep, for our viewers and prospective partners, it's extremely important since it's a very high impulse brand. Okay, at the local store, the marketing that you do of product trial and tasting is what we have factored in, and definitely in our P&L also we have factored some local store marketing in there that you wish to do in any promotions or festivals and things like this. Corporate office here would support with the creatives, with the right designs, with the right templates, okay, and would provide it to you. But that's the support. But we have budgeted the entire cost in both the places.
Okay, so now before we end this webinar, I would just like to take one more query. That is, what kind of ideal partner portfolio you are looking for?
You want to take that up, Lisa?
Yeah. So ideal partners are somebody that has some experience within retail, not necessarily F&B, as we are not preparing any food or anything like that. So retail experience, definitely a plus. Somebody that has connection with shopping malls, because that's very important to get the correct locations within the mall. I think that is the sort of the most important attributes.
That's the front end as for the ideal partner, and the second for the operation and operating viewpoint, somebody who can import, has the FSSI. I mean, I'm just repeating the same points. Someone can import, someone has the FSSI license to take more products in, and has got a proper warehousing in a temperature which is, let's say, room temperature in here, of around 23 degrees, let's put it this way. Okay, and then the distribution network to be able to support the sub franchisees. Okay, so that is what we look at any ideal partner, either distribution themselves or distribution through a third party logistic, but the readiness to have the distribution, because the more he supports his sub franchisee, the more he benefits from there. So if I have to sum it up in what ideal partner would look like, as Lisa said, somebody with the retail experience, not purely F&B background, as we are not preparing anything, connections with the mall, someone who has got the import capacities, can take the FSSI license, has got the warehousing and a distribution network.
Okay, so Mr. Shivaramakrishnan is asking, can we know the cities where test marketing was done in South India? Where did you do the test?
In Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai.
Okay, so it is done in the main cities of Mr. Shivaramakrishnan. So this is done mainly in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, which are the main cities of South India. With that, I would request Ms. Lisa to give a parting note. If you want to end it on some note, please share the same so that we can end the webinar.
So I'd just like to add also regarding the products that we are importing them all from European manufacturers. So the products that are very high quality, this is something that we don't jeopardize on at all. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. It is a very fun concept. It's not complicated to run. I've been doing this for many years, and What we also do, we try to always to sort of adjust to the local market, taste buds, etc., just to make it more successful, because that's something we need to take into consideration. But saying that as well, we did a little bit of a Q&A with all our partners around the world to ask for the 20 top sellers around the world. So saying America, Japan, Europe, etc. And it actually turned out that it was 95% the same throughout the world, which was quite interesting. So it seems like the products is well received worldwide.
Thank you so much for summing it up, Ms. Lisa, and thank you, Mr. Anupam. We are going to end this call now. We have also put in our hotline number and our email ID so that you can reach us. Mr. Anupam, you can also leave your phone number so that people can reach you directly for one-on-one discussion and in-depth knowledge about the brand. Our hotline numbers, you can reach out to us. The more one-on-one discussion which we get into, we'll learn more about the brand and also about the opportunity which you have in India, right? With that, I'd like to thank you all and end this webinar. Again, tomorrow we'll come back with another business opportunity at 12 p.m. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.